Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to upgrade the hard drive to an SSD on this Dell Inspiron 15 Gaming model 5577. Right, so this is a very simple model to open up to upgrade. There's only one PH1 or JS1 screw here, so we're just going to undo this screw. It's held in with a rivet, so here you can see it holds itself in place, and then it actually pops up part of the cover. You'll just get your fingernail or pry tool underneath there, grab there, and then you kind of just wiggle this and pull it up. And here you can see we got the bottom cover off, very nice and easy. Alright, so underneath here you can actually see the battery. If you did want to replace the battery, actually let me go over which screwdrivers you would need for that. Though normally you would just go through your screwdriver set and see what fits best. So this actually fits a T9 or Torx 9 screwdriver. So you're going to use that if you want to replace the battery. There's 2 screws down here, and then there's 3 screws going along the top. This cable you kind of just grab and wiggle it. You will have to transfer this over to the replacement battery. Let me actually zoom in here. So the battery here, model number, if you can see that, is 357F9. Right, sorry, it's kind of wiggling a bit. And there's kind of a glare. There you go, 357F9. All right, there's an M.2 slot here. I'm assuming it supports M.2 NVMe or PCIe NVMe because there's a regular SATA hard drive here, 2.5-inch SATA drive, but I'm not 100% sure, so you'll have to try that out yourself. Make sure if you're getting an SSD, M.2 SSD, that you can return it just in case it doesn't work. If you are going to remove the LCD LVDS connector here, make sure to disconnect the battery cable here first, and then open it up, press and hold the power button for about 15 seconds. Okay, so we're just going over the basics, what we see in here. The hard drive, there's the connector here that you can actually pull out. All right, you got the RAM here. Let me take that out actually. So you just pull these 2 tabs to the side. All right, the stick of RAM should pop up just like this, and then you can pull it back. Here you see it says DDR4 only. All right, so here you can see it's PC4 2400T. So to be safe, you want to get a PC4 2400T, but you can get any size stick you want. You can get another 8 gig stick so that you have 2. That's the best way. You want to have 2 matching sticks here to get the best performance. But you can also upgrade to 2 16 gig sticks if you want. All right, you also got the wireless card here. I'm not going to take that out. There's 1 screw. If you remove that, it pops up slightly. You can pull it out. And then there's the antennas. You just pull from the tail up. You can watch my other videos if you're not sure how to do that, and it will show you how to do that. All right, the charge port's kind of annoying. You have to take the laptop kind of apart, but at least you can test if your charge port is bad. You can buy a replacement, plug it in, and then you can test it that way without having to take your whole computer apart. And then once you confirm it's a charge port issue, then you can go ahead and take apart the computer. Again, I'm not going to be doing that on this video. I'm just doing a quick video for this. So now let's go ahead and remove the hard drive here. So we cloned the hard drive to an SSD, so we're going to be swapping it over. So this is a 2.5-inch SATA SSD. All right, there's 4 screws holding this bracket in place. So we're going to undo those 4 screws. Okay. Very nice and easy to upgrade this computer again, but as far as opening it up for repair, it's kind of quite a bit of a pain. I believe I did work on another of these before where I actually took the whole thing apart, so if you're curious, just search my channel for the Inspiron 5577, I think that was the model, and hopefully you'll be able to find that. Alright, so anyways, let's go ahead now and lift this up. So now that we got the screws out, you can see we can lift this up. I'm not gonna disconnect this. You can if you want. You basically just grab this tab and pull it up. It looks like someone might have actually broken it or something. It's kind of messed up here. But anyways, I'm just gonna get, let's see if I can do it this way. I just get my fingernail in here and then I kind of pry this connector out. Then we're gonna go over here, same thing, and there we go. We got the hard drive out again. If you don't have to, I don't actually remove that connector. So this actually felt like it was coming up a little bit. But anyways, let's go ahead and remove the screws here that were holding this bracket into place. There's 4 screws holding this bracket into place. We're going to remove all 4 of these, and then we're just going to put them back onto the new SSD. All right. So the customer was saying their computer was kind of slowing down, so that's why we're replacing the hard drive with an SSD. Okay, So there we go. Now that we got that, we can take the hard drive out. We'll get the SSD, slide that into place, get the screws, and we'll just put these back in. All right, so just like that. Get everything lined up. All right, just like this. Okay. Oops, it's not lining up right. Get that in. Okay, can be a little bit tricky, but there we go. Oops, I thought I got that in. Why did it not? It's not lined up 100%. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind if you're upgrading your computer to an SSD, I don't know if you can see this, but the sharp corners of the Kingston SSD make it a little bit harder to put the bracket because normally it's more rounded on the hard drives. It is usable, but again, as you can see, it makes it a lot harder to kind of get everything lined up properly. So keep that in mind. If you are getting an SSD for this model, you might want to use the Crucial or SanDisk or Samsung models because as you can see, it's pretty difficult to get this all lined up now because of the sharp corners. So I'm going to just try and do this since this is the SSD we have right now. But again, it's going to be somewhat difficult. So let's see here. There we go. It's going in. All right. And we'll get the last one into place. Okay, it helps to actually let the bracket be slightly up when you actually put the screws in. This one's not right. It's actually going in crooked, so I need to take it out and redo it. There we go. All right. And then as you can see, now that we got everything lined up, we can go ahead and tighten it up. So that's the trick. If you got this SSD and it has the sharp corners that make it harder to line up the screws, you put the screws in while it's slightly away, like not touching the drive yet, and then as you tighten it, it will actually bend the thing over into the right position and shape. Okay, so there we go. We got that bracket on all the way. Now we're just going to get the drive and reconnect it here. Okay, so I like to hold the connector into place and then push the drive itself. That way we don't accidentally yank on this cable. Then we just drop this down into place. Okay, everything's good, lines up. And then we just get all these screws back in. So again, this is a very nice and easy model to upgrade the hard drive and the RAM, as well as to change the battery if the battery goes bad. So this is a very good design in terms of that. All right. So anyways, we're just going to get these last few screws in, and then we're going to put the bottom cover back on. And that's pretty much all there is to this model. Very nice and simple. The M.2, you do need a special screw for that because it doesn't come with one. All right. But anyways, let's go ahead and zoom back out. Again, as you can see, there's no screw here for you. So if you do go the M.2 route, you're going to want to find a screw for that. And it is a smaller screw, I believe, so you won't be able to just use one of the ones from in the computer. So keep that in mind if you wanted to put an M.2 that... Okay, let me clean out the dust here. Actually, I'm going to clean the dust out better. I'm going to use my electric air blower. But and then after that, we'll just put the bottom cover back on. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so I'm back. So let's go ahead and put the bottom cover back on. All right, it's a little bit dusty. Let me clean that a tiny bit. Okay, so very simple. You just line up the bottom feet, get that in first. All right, basically the opposite of how we took it out, and then clip those in, and then screw back in the PH1 or JS1 screw, and that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead now and power it up just to make sure that the SSD is working. All right, and make sure that everything cloned over properly. So we're just going to power it on. I might have to plug it in. Okay, there we go. It's turning back on. Here you can see it's loading. Man, it's so dusty. All right, and it's booting up. So we should be good to go. All right. I like to restart the computer one time just to make sure, because sometimes it might be doing an old boot. So here you can see it's doing a disk check right now. I'm going to actually let the disk check run through, and then I'll be back. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, so the disk check just finished. It's restarting itself. Let's hope it actually boots up properly this time. Okay. So much dust stuck in here. Huh. Okay, it's saying scanning repaired 100% complete. So it should be booting up now, hopefully. And here you can see it booted up. Again, I'm going to restart the computer one time. So I'm going to go up here. I'm going to click that and we're going to do restart. All right. Restart anyways. We'll let it restart one time and then we'll make sure that it boots up properly. This is very important because sometimes when you clone it, it'll boot up properly the first time, but once you restart it and the system files get reset, sometimes it will have problems booting up. But it looks like we are good here. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can also learn how to upgrade and repair their devices. If it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. These are customer computers, so I don't own them. So if you have questions, you might want to make sure it's not answered in the video, and then check my channel. See, sometimes I'll do the same video or the same model computer depending on what customers bring me, and it might answer the questions there. But anyways, that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, let's drop this. Bye.